Hi there, it's Heather again from Thrift to Flip. Today I'm going to talk to you about 6 sales trends that I noticed in my closet for the month of March 2019. Let's jump in. The first trend that I noticed in March is I noticed a brand that I've been really hesitant to pick up because I wasn't sure how it would do, and I haven't heard anything about it from any of the other YouTubers that I follow and subscribe to and watch their videos or other resellers. This is a brand that I've hesitantly picked up at the bins, and I've noticed that it's actually been selling really well for me. That brand is Billabong. Billabong is a brand that has been around for quite a while, and it is kind of a boho, skater, outdoorsy kind of a brand, and they sell it at stores like Zoomies and outdoor stores and online, and at, like little surf shops that you'll see when you go on beach vacation and things like that. Now, I want to take a little second to say, I don't think that everything Billabong sells well, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. Just know that not all pieces Billabong are created equal. Okay, so today I noticed that the morning party on Poshmark, the 9 to 11 a.m. party Pacific time, included, it was the first time I've ever seen it, it was the Outdoor Adventures Party, which is usually brands like Columbia and Patagonia and North Face. Today they had an Outdoor Adventures Party that was Rocky and Billabong and brands like that, and so that gave me pause. Okay, I saw in March quite a few Billabong pieces sell out of my closet, and now Poshmark is taking notice and including those brands in their outdoor adventure parties. That is a big sign that Billabong is a brand that you should pick up. Now, when you're looking at Billabong, they're, like I said earlier, not all pieces are created equal. I have sold quickly out of my Billabong maxi dresses and wrap dresses and kimonos, things like that, but I have had a pair of board shorts in a junior size 7 that have been sitting in my closet for a month now, and they do get some love but no takers. And so I would suggest to you that if you're looking at Billabong pieces, you target things for women that are maxi dresses and wrap dresses. Those are the things that I've had the most success with. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for those going into the summer month in my closet, and that's trend number 1 that I've noticed for March of 2019. Moving on to trend number 2. This, I think, is probably not a big surprise for me or many people who have been selling for a while, and that is plus sizes sell. I have sold almost every piece of plus size clothing that I have listed in my closet so far. Particularly, I sell Torrid when I can find it. Torrid sells really well for me, but that's not exclusively the only plus size brand that I have been selling. I have sold Old Navy. I mean, I've sold like a ton. Lane Bryant, whatever I can find, essentially, as long as it's on trend. You don't want something that's like super old unless vintage, but if you can find something that looks pretty trendy and the quality isn't terrible, I would pick it up because plus size really sells. As soon as I list things, I get a lot of attention on them, and I move plus size stuff all the time. So definitely be picking up those plus size clothing pieces when you find them. All right, moving on to the third sales trend that I noticed for March. It was swimwear. Every time I list swimwear in my closet, it sells very quickly. I had picked up in one of my previous videos from last week, I showed you guys that I picked up this new tag Sweaty Betty swimsuit. I listed it on the high end for $85, and it sold, I got an offer within a day for $74, and I accepted, and it sold for $74 within a day of listing. And that was not the only swimsuit that's happened to. 2 weeks ago, I picked up an ASOS plus size swimsuit while I was out thrifting, and I listed it and it sold within a day as well. And I believe it sold, I picked it up for $5 and it sold for $25. So be on the lookout. Now, there are some exceptions. I would suggest to you that you either pick up one pieces, top only, or top and bottom combinations, but not bottoms by themselves, especially if they're used. If you find one that's new with tags, you can definitely pick that up and give it a shot, but I would not pick up a used swimsuit bottom by itself. So, but other than that, I would go for it on swimwear right now. It seems to be moving very quickly. I sold out of all of my swimwear pieces within a couple of days of listing in the month of March. All right, sales trend number 4 is another brand that I would suggest that you be on the lookout for, and that is Lucky Brand. Now, this is going to be, there's a little piece of this that's going to be one of my other sales trends, one of the final 2, but be on the lookout for not only men's or women's, but men's pieces as well. So Lucky Brand has been selling really great for me. I know that this is a brand that people are kind of hit or miss on. I have actually found great success with it, particularly the shoe, and getting even more specific, ankle booties seem to do really well, or little booties for boots do really well for Lucky Brand. So be on the lookout for shoes and also for men's t-shirt. I had a men's Lucky Brand t-shirt that I picked up at the bins, and it sold within 15 minutes of listing for full asking price. And it actually had a couple of flaws on it and still sold for full asking within 15 minutes. So definitely be on the lookout for Lucky Brand men's t-shirts and women's shoes. I've also sold a lot of Lucky Brand plus size 1X, 2X, XXL, XL t-shirts, like peasant style tops, flowy tops. Those are also something to be on the lookout when you're looking at Lucky Brand. Okay, sales trend number 5 for March is looking for no-name pieces that are really great quality. So just because something doesn't necessarily have a recognizable brand name doesn't mean you shouldn't pick it up. It just depends on what the piece is, the quality of the piece, and how much it for sale when you find it, you know. For example, I had 2 pieces specifically that sold in March that I really hesitated to pick up because they were not brands I had ever heard of before, and I had no idea if they were going to sell, but I loved both pieces so much when I saw them. I just decided to take a chance because it was the bins. It was only $1 investment. Let's just see what happens. One of them was a Hawaiian dress. It was just a simple kind of spaghetti strap, brightly Hawaiian printed, you know, mini skirt dress, kind of just a slip dress. I found it at the bins, and it sold within, I believe, 2 days of listing. I found it for $1 and it sold for $20, so that was a really good flip, and it flipped really quickly for me. The second was I found this hoodie by a company called Textiles, and it's not with an X, it's a T-E-C-H, Textiles, and it said like Aspen, Colorado on it, and it looked really kind of worn and vintagey, but I loved it. I almost didn't list it and kept it for myself because it was so soft and comfortable and actually in great shape, even though it looked distressed. And that hoodie sold for full asking price within a week of listing it, and neither one of those had any kind of recognizable brand name to them, but they did sell. There was no comps to compare them to. I just had to kind of wing it on the pricing, and they both sold very quickly and for a really good flip for me. So just because something isn't a recognizable brand name doesn't mean that you shouldn't pick it up and take a chance on it. It just depends on how you feel about the style, the quality, and what the amount is that they're asking for when you're trying to buy it. Those are things to consider, but that is definitely one trend that I'm noticing in my closet, is things selling that aren't necessarily a recognizable brand name. All right, we have reached the final number in our 6 sales trends that I noticed for the month of March, and number 6 really surprised me, okay? It really took me by surprise. I started about maybe a month ago, but I would say probably like into March, starting to pick up men's stuff when I would find something that I thought was really good. And by really good, I don't mean like like Armani or something. I just mean a really nice Banana Republic sweater, or a really nice t-shirt, or a really nice J. Crew tie. You know, things that are in great shape and are just a really sturdy, nice piece that I could flip for 20 or 30 bucks. So I started to add just a few pieces here and there to my closet as I found them at the bins. And surprisingly, I have sold almost every men's piece that I've listed so far, with the exception of a piece that I bought like 3 months ago. It's a Banana Republic wool sweater, but it's a size small and it's just been sitting forever. But outside of that, this week I sold a J. Crew tie, a J. Crew blazer, a Lucky Brand t-shirt. I mean, there's a lot of kind of diversity in what is selling, but it's all selling and it's selling fast. I think there might be a demand for menswear on Poshmark, and I really thought that it was mostly women shopping Posh for, you know, maybe for their husband or their kids, but no, I'm actually getting men that are buying from my closet when I'm listing these pieces. So I would encourage you to be on the lookout for good, high quality menswear to get in your closet and to move them out quickly. Now that we've covered all of those sales trends, I do want to leave you with one little piece of information, and I wanted to share with you my sales numbers for the month of March. I do not keep track of the number of sales that I make, and I do not keep track of the sales that I make before I take out all of the fees. So after all of my fees, my actual profit that I made in the month of March was $2,374. So this was only my third month selling on Poshmark. So for only being my third month, I feel really encouraged by the amount that I was able to actually profit. Now that's after fees and after the investment into the piece that I've sold. So that was my actual like take home pay before taxes that I have to pay. $2,374. My goal for the month of April is to hit $4,000. My ultimate goal is to have 1,000. My ultimate goal is to have 1,000 active listings in my closet, so I'm going to begin building towards that this month. If you want to follow along with my journey, please go ahead and subscribe to the video. Like this video if you liked the content, and of course, you can always find me at namasbabe.com. Until next time, bye!